Good evening, this is the Nerdistic Human, and welcome back to Rome Total War's Barbarian Invasion, where you join our Roxolani horde as we head on into Athens. And I say head on in, we slightly mucked up the positioning, so that might be a few turns away. Nonetheless, our new homeland, our new motherland, has been created here in the Aegean Sea. Cadonia, Ephesus, Thessalonica, and Constantinople. Athens soon joining us, of course, and from there, well, I guess we're going to be moving eastward, but we might just make sure we secure all of our frontiers against the likes of the Huns, who are poking their nose in this direction, although they have now settled down over in Dacia. As for other nonsense on the map, yes, can't but notice that the Berbers have actually taken over Africa, which is an intriguing one. The Alemanni obviously died early doors, and yeah, the Franks have expanded slightly, but nothing too crazy. So we did actually have a diplomat around there last time I saw. Let's just get them swinging on around over towards the Burgundy and then the Lombardy. Make sure we continue having a bit of a chat, but it's probably a good idea actually to get another diplomat out before too long. So we're going to get one of those over in this part of the world. Western Empire allies are still with us, but they seemed very tempted by this part of the world, it must be said. So there's the rebel army. Can they make it down here? Would they win? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we end our turn. So what's our plan here today? Well, first of all, of course, secure Athens. Try and get a good track on what's going on with the hordes, and if they've passed, we'll head back towards Sirmium. I quite like that as a nice solid northern border along the Danube, and okay, we'll just have to play that one by ear a little bit. Really what we want to be doing is to push back at Ephesus over here, and then start moving over towards, say, Ancyra. I wouldn't mind perhaps a sneaky expedition towards Cyprus. Always very, very rich that. Might give us a base for future incursions. But to do that, we'll have to sneak a ship through, which seems very unlikely right now. So yeah, we'll get a couple units in Cadonia and we'll try and attempt that kind of a thing. Oh, indeed, the rebels are going to manage to reach us outside Athens, but it is a pile of peasants and some mercenary herdsmen. Wow, if there's ever a mercenary I'd be less interested in, I can't think of one, because herdsmen are absolutely abysmal. Certainly on our rebels campaigns, they were utterly useless. Now, as for the main force, I can't remember who they are, and we cannot see them anymore. But yeah, this at least gets us straight into Athens with little fuss. This is much better than actually facing them on the field. So let's go into battle. Let's clear them out. Reinforcements arrive, and they're in a perfect position for us right behind, and there's a massive cliff for them. That's beautiful. What were the forces in the town? Right, that's the Vetinari and some kind of cavalry unit. I'm not actually sure what that is right now. So, no need to worry about any of them. Maybe this time we can actually have some good chariot work. I think we will, because we have ourselves a much more, infantry-heavy enemy army. Not being so good at tearing up the actual cavalry, probably because these aren't scythed, by the way. This is where the attack on the horses doesn't necessarily go so well. These are good skirmishes, and then of course they'll break the infantry by running them down, because obviously they do frighten infantry, but without the scythe they don't really cut through the horses as well, and that means they're not awfully effective in that. So okay, fine, we're going to get our archers to go and sit here, join our formation. Excellent stuff. We'll get some infantry in behind as well, that will be magnificent, and we'll wait for them to come to us. We are in such a good position up here on this hill. It is absolutely marvellous. Mercenary herdsmen are actually pretty darn loose, aren't they? That will help them a tiny bit, but by and large, this is just shooting practice. Athens itself up there on the hill, that does make sense because there is that huge cliff if you attack Athens from a certain angle. It's always fun when they sally out in that direction. Not quite in range of our archers just yet, but it looks like, we're getting a few shots away from the lights of our chariots. So I wouldn't mind actually getting a good swing on in. Let's just speed this up as they start to get closer to us. They are not going to be happy about any of this. Let's just make sure that we are... Let's just shoot at the general, actually. That will be ideal. You two can aim at them, but we will get the chariots to do some thundering in, because it's always good for them to actually have a good chance of doing something. So go and break them. Thank you. That's what we're more used to seeing. Okay, all missiles. Are they going to rout? They might actually rout once again, to be honest. So yes, we'll just get on top of them. They're broken. They're all falling apart like the proverbial, which is excellent. And with that, yes, okay, we can reorganise our army, aside from those chariots, obviously, and just get them to just cycle forwards over in this direction. Lovely. So they can keep on chasing them down. That's fine by me. Vetinari are going to be a little bit tougher, of course. So we'll just chase them, get a bit of experience on the chariots, and then it's these guys to go and deal with. It doesn't look like these guys are having a very fun time of it. They are losing men fairly swiftly, actually, as they march on up this hill. Yes, that's what we want to see. The chariots are pretty close behind, actually. No need to get them too close into this. They're going to run on in. That's absolutely fine. You know what, chariots, start swinging on in this direction now. Get them over here. Lovely stuff. And we have our own veterinary, to be honest, so we might as well get into that and enjoy the show. Chariots are going to turn around, cause them some problems. They don't like the missiles being shot at them. Those javelins are going to cause a lot of problems. We might just rout them first, and I suspect that isn't going to last too long. Down goes Wax in the back once more. Yeah, he's not going to last all that long. So just get out of there, chariots. No need for you to worry about any of that nonsense. We do have a little bit of a fight actually here with a general who is doing some good work on our Paulers. Although, of course, they do have some experience. They're doing okay. There we go. I was about to say, we'll send in the general at this point. So, that looks like another job well done. Those Indian archers clearly have much less ammo, don't they? That's interesting. Oh well, no more shooting of the missiles, please. We'll chase them down, and I'd say a pretty nice job well done. Clear victory for us then. A good pile of kills, barely even 100 for them. Amazon chariots at least gained some experience. The general, I like to think, would have at the end there, but sadly not. And with that, Athens falls to us. It is currently a bit riotous. We're just going to exterminate and get this sorted out now. Sadly, because of the previous sacking that was me, we're going to have to do a bit of burning down. That's fine. On the repair job, though, there's quite a lot of good buildings here, actually, aren't there? We might as well get building something new, though. Blacksmith would always be nice. And okay, war declared. Goths and the Western Empire. That's a great sign. Suggests that the Goths are somewhere, presumably not over here. Very, very strange. Who knows where exactly the Goths are after they're fleeing, but apparently, well, they might just be down here, actually. I was going to get myself a spy. I do at least have the assassin on his way. We have a diplomat coming out there now. Lovely stuff. We have a new lad coming through. Presumably that's on our faction announcements. Indeed it is. There's a Theos named after the taking of Athens. Obviously he was named at 16. In the pink, bureaucratic rational concerns, superior builder, no enemies, and a pagan. Good old Athena was born this day, if we start to give our generals more of a female guise to them. Constantinople has a sacred circle of Kolkasai, which is beautiful. And that means that, we're looking far better in terms of our public order, which means we can turn up the tax rate. Excellent stuff. Right, continue to get yourselves some new troops in there. That'll be beautiful. Drink, drink, and drink again. Down in Cadonia. Yes, what do we want? The market is somewhat pointless here, but you know what? Some screeching women, it's always useful to be able to hire them, and it's a pretty darn cheap building. So, Cadonia, get yourself a dock. These boats are going to be a problem, and we do not have the capability of building anything good. So, this might be a long-term problem. We'll have to see how all of that goes. Right, for the time being, this is actually fairly happy. It should be a lot happier once we fix things up. The richest faction is the Western Empire. That's because the AI cheats, because who can pull that off this quickly into the game? No one. That's who. Ephesus has itself a new general. Oh, yes, of course. So, hide myself a general. Good ambusher, nice. Gatebreaker, conflict commander, and pagan. Pagan, good. We'll want some extra pagan. That actually might be a good reason to do this. Their upkeep is actually very low, so I'll take that. And while yes, technically this is a general that I'm hiring, it's only 660. They are not actually that strong. So as we've seen in several of the battles, so I'm happy enough with them being a slightly cheaper kind of version of a general. We do need to, I think, sally forth and poke this guy because they're going to start causing me problems. But other than, yeah, that odd situation, I think we're actually looking okay. Let's try and get a boat into each port just to give me an option. Can't get around to Athens right now, so we're sending you back to Constantinople, where I can't actually see any more for the time being. I think now we can probably send the spy out of here. We should probably send them up into that Hun territory, somewhere between these two territories, to see what is going on. They seem to have turned away from us, which is good news. We could do with some slightly more chunky infantry. We're going to get some more experience actually on the Screeching Women by getting an upgrade, which wouldn't be a terrible plan either. I guess for the time being, yeah, we'll get the stables as well. We can get some more generals with that. Okay, other than that, things are looking fairly relaxed on this end of turn. Can't quite speak to the Burgundy lads right this second. What I probably want to do actually is send out my general to go and get a few watchtowers. So I'm going to say let's just get ourselves down to, you know what, I'd say maybe just this tip over here. That's great. Not really too many interesting mercenaries for us to hire. So I think our next job needs to be over here in Ephesus. Yeah, grab our army and attack. Apparently they want to do it, which is how confident they're feeling with the auto-resolve. Okay, Eastern Archers can be taken down with our cavalry. Maybe try and... do we want to use up the mercenaries? I don't want to use mercenaries too much. I needed just to get anything just to keep their public order under control last time. But yeah, let's just head on in. Let's clear them out. It does seem awfully like they've decided to run away, which is not necessarily what I want to be seeing, but it does give me an opportunity to try and run them down a bit, so we'll see how this goes. Missile lads can just get themselves, wait, lasses can get themselves into a bit of a side position over there. That'd be magnificent. And these guys can just pile on into the back because honestly, what else is there to do? They're pretty much already all the way there at the border. So sadly, it looks like it might be a light skirmish and nothing else. So that's a bit irritating. Let's get this over to this unit. Just see what you can do. Just see what you can do. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to actually catch them, sadly. Get yourself into there, General. That terrible charge, you've just interrupted our own charge. Well, you've routed that unit, that's good. Swarm them, swarm them, swarm them. And swing down to the next unit. Swarm them, swarm them, swarm them. And can we get a break on them? I certainly hope so. Who are you guys? Committences is getting chopped down. That's fine by me. Down they go. Right. Well, we've done a lot of damage to one unit. 26. Oh, we ploughed a load of them right on the border there. And 21. This is pretty good damage on those two units, which is, I guess, the main thing, really. Got the Mitani and Eastern Archers getting away. But yeah, committences badly damaged. And there, the mausoleum stands in the distance. They will not be buried there. And to follow that up, we might as well try and get the other units, which is 3 more units of committences, which might not go that well, but we'll give it a try. Let's give them a poke. Well, the following battle is just one of those classic do the little twisty turny around their hill. I mean, we are getting shots away right now anyway, but I do at least need to push them around the little hillock here. So, yes, this one might be a tedious affair, not only with the eventual actually shooting down of these people, but just in terms of positioning in the first place. Hopefully we'll start to spook them now by getting a bit of a flanking manoeuvre going. If they want to run out and deal with being shot in the flanks, then yes, we'll just go and charge them down. So go in, charge, 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 charge. And you, sir, can just pull out of the way of that. Okay. Into these guys we go. And we'll do just a little bit of a charge, a bit of a pull out. They immediately broke, of course they did. Your job is to charge in and then get out of there, sir, but whatever. We'll just keep shooting them and hope for the best, I suppose. Bit of a sandwich going on for this one then, and by a sandwich I mean we didn't really pull off the sandwich in any way, shape or form, but hey ho. This unit is surrounded, so at least they're breaking now. That's something, isn't it? A bit more awkward than planned, but well, that's kind of at least part of the job. So you guys get yourselves back. We'll just have to keep poking them. And as they chase down towards my hippos, we will charge down the hill and hopefully give a good old smash into them. That's okay. Pull out of it so the next unit can smash them. And down goes the general, slapped in the throat there by that sword. And that is excellent news. Okay, down goes the general. And hopefully the last unit will be mopped up now. There we go. Victory and honour. A little bit hairy for a moment, but we did enough good work there to whittle them down and eventually crush them. More good news in the diplomatic stakes, where the Burgundii at war with the Franks, whatever, but the Vandals at war with the Western Empire. Oh, that is very good news indeed. Constantinople, Virgin Horse Archers, Athens, Virgin Cav. That's great news. A bit more repair needs to go on here, of course. Money is at long last starting to whittle down below 10,000, but that's fine. We've got a decent little empire in terms of our money. So Thessalonica, get your spy out. Let's have a look, see at what's going on. There are the Goths. They went quite far, didn't they? Okay. So Carnuntum is not under siege, but suddenly their troops have been wandering up in that direction. That is interesting. Okay, well, our assassin can continue to move off in this. Okay, he can't continue to move off in that direction. So maybe you just practice murder. No, you don't, because apparently he's terrible at murder these days. He's got 0 traits. Excellent. Excellent stuff. Well, construction report, we have, loads of things repaired, basically. Nothing more interesting to note. And at this stage, these guys are just going to start throwing units at us every turn. So I need to make sure we are training units in other towns and slowly sending them over. Now, one thing I can do, I suppose, is grab a couple of these units. And I am planning on coming over in this direction. So, you know what? You come over here. And actually, can we even get on roads? You can get on roads on this. That's interesting. I didn't know that. We can actually get our people onto roads, but we'll leave it for now. And we'll see what happens on the end turn. Another day, another battle. I had sent my army out of Ephesus to go in and be joined up with a force from Constantinople and take Anra, but okay, they seem to have civil forces around already. So, they have some camels to eat today. Lovely. So Equite as well, some Plumbatari, that's a bit worrying, and some comitatenses. To take on the Plumbatari, we might be needing more of the chariots that I'm going to be sending along, to be honest. So we need to bear that in mind as we start moving forward. I don't have enough horse archers here either, which is where that other force comes into play. So we'll just withdraw for the moment. But yes, we do want to go and take on those guys in a moment. So Western Empire and allies with the Burgundii, Burgundii allies with the Saxons. I'm allied with the Western Empire and the Saxons, as well as the Sarmatians, I believe, in like a good three-way. Interesting. And the Goths, who are... How can I be allies with both of these, by the way? I don't know how that works. Saxons as well seem to... Well, they're not completely playing by that nonsense, but there does seem to be a bit of nonsense going on. Ephesus has some mines. We're going to get some more horse archery going. That will be magnificent. And yeah, I think what I probably want to do, actually, is get this force to the bridge. And can I get my units from here that I wanted to send? Can they make it? I wonder. They are cavalry. No, they can't make it to the bridge. That's a shame. But they can make it to join them together. So we'll worry about those guys in a minute. It's fine. Ephesus itself might be under attack if we're not careful. I will send him some reinforcements around, but we'll just yeah, they were just going to join up at a later point. Maybe just become the what do you call it? The force that sits in there, anyway, the garrison, I know how to speak English, don't I? 17 of them. Yeah, we're having problems with the ships right now, it should be said. We're just going to have to dance around them. There's nothing we can really do to take this over. Sadly, they do seem to have a fair few men over in Salamis. So instead, I'm going to send someone over towards Antioch and let's have a good spy on what's going on this part of the world. So it is still Sassanid over there. Sidon in this part of the world. We should have got map information of these guys before I declared war, but hey ho, it is what it is, and it's too late for any of those niceties. We're going to grab a little bit more map information, which is all these guys over here are doing. Lovely stuff. Give us a watchtower. That gives us sight on Tarentum. And yeah, actually, if we do end up war with the Western Empire, a little jump across the water into Italy is not a terrible future plan. Just going to see how some of these hordes kind of end up. So yes, the Western Empire for some reason have taken over this territory, which is kind of slightly mad. You've jumped across the Danube border there and right next to a newly settled horde. Seems like a terrible plan, but hey ho, it's what they've done. Now, where's that Gothic horde gone? Here they are. So the Goths are heading into they're heading into Italy. Okay, so yes, Vandals looking like they're likely to settle in Salone. It's normally one that the hordes like to actually settle if they get the opportunity. So we'll see about that. Athens, you can probably, you know what, do a little bit of merging. Athens can probably send some of its units forward at this stage. We don't need all of them up here. You head back into Athens for the time being. And yeah, I think the main thing for us is just to see what's going to go on over here. We'll push towards Ansira, and if we can actually hold them in Ephesus and distract them, and then just take them on over here, we might actually do that. Good news, the East Empire rebels are back once more. They had just disbanded, but if nothing else, it's a distraction, I suppose. Gudonia has a blacksmith, which means it can just get us some troops, damn it, which is all I really want from it. Actually, can we get a little bit of building? We are kind of fairly balanced actually at 9,000 right now. Finally poised, perhaps I should say. Get some archery ranges because we're going to need that. Same kind of thing over here. Grand Bazaar. Now, you're actually only connected to 2 regions. But, you know, just get Musterfield for the time. Being up in Thessalonica, we really need the practice range over there. There are some economic buildings I'd like to build, but for now there are slightly more pressing concerns. We will put a watchtower right on that border as well, and then we'll just wander back home because I'm quite happy with that whole scenario. And troops, by the way, are pretty cheap to upkeep. For archers are only about 111. The Indian archers are even cheaper than that. Screeching women likewise. So yeah, it's only really is it the chariots might be? These are only 130 as well. Yeah, they're all dirt cheap to upkeep. So that is absolutely beautiful stuff. You get back over here. That chariot unit is not fully trained, so I can't really see the upkeep, but it's not too much. Let's go and take on these guys. Okay, so that's that infantry force, which looks quite good. This force besieging Ephesus has not bothered to build any siege equipment, so we've got time to smash these guys up, relieve it, and then reorganise ourselves. So let's head on in. We're going to get ourselves positioned over here on this hill, but we will just make sure that we have the opportunity to get our cavalry out to the flank, shoot down those eastern archers actually, because I forgot about them. So let's just make sure everybody is aiming at these guys ASAP. Really should be. Just get yourselves running. Get yourselves running. We're trying to shoot them down as nice as we can. And yes, we are shooting them on the non-shield side, which is what I want. They are now having a little shift. That's excellent. And yeah, we've got ourselves a bit of a hill up here. That is just what we want to see. So if we get the opportunity, actually, might just send some of the other units thundering in. We might as well get these second set of units kind of wandering in the right direction. Are they fleeing? Are they fleeing again, or are they just regrouping? I didn't quite hear that little chant. It certainly looks like they're fleeing, to be honest. So. If they want to flee, then we'll just have to run them all down. Get the rest of my cav. In fact, yeah, get these guys as well. All of you just running straight into those archers over there. shoot them down. They've got tons and tons of room actually until they get out of here, so tons of time to shoot at them. So it looks like the Eastern Archers are largely gone. You know what? Just send hippos forward along with a general, just to make sure that we mop up those guys. The rest of you shoot into them. You charge into them. And at this stage, yeah, we just kind of want everyone just to charge on, because I suspect with one route here, we'll very quickly get ourselves a bit of a surround, and hopefully that will be everyone melting. Actually chase them down, by the way, guys. Melting, dead. Good. They keep on deciding to start a fight and then run away from the fight, which isn't a very sensible idea. They are doing a tiny bit of damage over here. Look at the sheer number of blue horses just galloping in, not even fighting. They're just standing there, bewildered. It is absolutely marvellous. Hunt them down like the scum they are. Okay. I think we're fine for missiles, thank you very, very much. And with this, that's a big old army knocked out. An alliance with the Sassanids. I don't think this will last forever. They've got our homeland. One day I will have to take that back. But for now, while we're at all the Eastern Empire, seems like a pretty darn sensible plan. Okay, so at the moment this part of the Western Empire is looking pretty solid. No one has seemingly gone for Sirmium at this point. There's too many... Oh, interesting. Not what I was expecting. The hordes have moved on. Where have they gone, though? That's the question. Bit of a worrying one, because I thought they might settle there. Although, to be honest, it's probably not the worst thing either. So yes, that's us getting an alliance with the Sassanids. Amazonian chariots being trained out here. I did actually get to exactly 0 money at the end of last turn, which is interesting. Can we cause any problems? They have first cohorts over here. Interesting. Can we just keep on nosing around? There's Philadelphia. And yeah, a bit of money for us. Path blocked for the Admiral. That's fine. We're just really just wandering around the seas here, trying to see if we can nosy on about anything. But no, everything's looking pretty solid at this stage. Still got that slight wariness of, yeah, all of these borders. But because we inherited the Eastern Empire borders, we do at least have a load of the towers. Albeit Sirmium would be very nice. If only the Huns can make up their mind to just take over this. If the Huns are a bit weaker, then I'll go for Sirmium. But for now, it's not necessary. What's much more important is all of this nonsense over here. It was one turn and they got themselves damaged. That's a bit rude, isn't it? Okay, so this army over here then can immediately get into the next force. This is the one with the camels. Let's clear them up. Oh, it's fun to see the watchtower on the battle map. That's not the most regular thing to see. It's not quite actually climbable, which is a bit of a shame. There's the mausoleum again. A lot of their people being killed near the mausoleum in recent times. Now we're over there on that little hillock. We'll have to wangle our way around a little bit. To be honest, it's probably going to be a very similar kind of cavalry harassment battle. But we do have the infantry and the foot archers here if we need them. Turns out we won't need them because they're going to run away. What a waste of my time. As is ever typical, the Goths are doing the bumbling business rather than just taking over the city that they're besieging. Got a similar thing down here with the Vandals who have just wrecked up Salona, but they're just hovering here now. They took a fair bit of damage doing it by the looks of it, so I might have a chance if they decide to attack me, but for the time being, yeah, I just need to get myself sorted out. So we're getting the practice range, which will give me the Virgin Foot Archers. Bit of retraining for them would be nice, but more importantly, we can upgrade that and get the actual Horse Archers. And that's really what we're going to be wanting in the city. That comes from the level 2 archery range, not from the stables, just to try and make each of the different building chains kind of useful to me. So yes, just to make that clear. So the Hall of Heroes, that all we get is a Screeching Women. That's about it. But we can get Virgin Cav and then the Noble Women. Obviously, because of minor cities being like such a key part of our things, I've generally kept things being available by the time we get there. And obviously the Weaponsmith we do get ourselves Amazonian chariots, so we'll try and get some of those upgraded over time. Only basic ports for us though, and that may be a problem as time goes on. Now, over in Thessalonica, one thing I didn't build actually was a different temple with Sun Invictus here, so I need to retrain some troops with a better temple in the future. But for now, into Ancyra we go, and you, my good sir, get yourself that far, just in case we can't quite manage it. Sadly, no open gates, but they are stone walls, so probably don't want the stone. Don't want them open. Sorry. So, oh no, it's better to have them open. But yes, I don't want to just run in through the empty gates. So, as for these guys, what do we want to do with you? Your job is supposed to be reinforce Ephesus, but you got stuck on a boat, which is why they're over here. We'll have a little wander. Yeah, you see, I thought these chaps might be over here. That's fine. We'll just need to reinforce, get some version cav in there as well. Excellent. Trade increase to our spy, which is nice to see, and we probably just need to get a boat back in this part of the world. Looks like the Eastern Empire have kind of pulled back from us in this part of the world. We seem a little bit safer, for want of a better phrase for it, really. Yeah, this assassin is really just a glorified spy at this point, or a terrible spy, it should be said, because he can't do anything when it comes to assassinating, so he can just bumble around and try and keep an eye on what's going on. For now, I'm a little bit worried about these hordes still, but we're generally looking fine. Let's press on to Ancyra. It looks like it's now or never for Ancyra, because a rather large reinforcement army is on its way. There are, well, it's a bit of a battered force actually, but nonetheless it's going to make this quite awkward. Going to send the reinforcements who have finally joined up with the army to make it into the main force. Now, we have a big pile of things to open up the walls. We have sap points as well, which is marvellous, so we'll work our way around their infantry as much as possible. We have nothing to actually take them on directly, but Titus Flavius here does have 2 combatantes and a plumbatarii, so that could be difficult, and we know factionaires can be a little bit tricky, so extra loyalty, but nothing too much in terms of, nothing really with regards to morale, which is nice to see. He's a Christian in a pagan territory, so we better go and slaughter him. Let's hit him. In we go then, and the main problem we always have with saps is we don't know where they're going to end up, and of course the AI has placed them right in front of the towers. Why wouldn't you do it? Right in front of the main gateway rather than a slightly quieter spot. But you know what, it's fine. We're not going to take these guys out on the walls anyway. We just want to blow a hole in the wall and try and cause them a problem. So we're going to get our towers to move in this general direction. We're just going to be shooting down these troops with the towers. That should be perfectly sensible for us, and this will burn down, but it's really just here to try and get some extra pot shots in while we cover the advance of the female archers. So this is going to be an interesting affair. Yeah, actually they're just shooting the towers rather than the archers, which is good news. That's what we want to see, and hopefully we'll get a few pot shots in. We'll probably end up losing more than it's really worth it, but hey ho, it's always a fun thing to do to send these guys in as decoys. Much better when they're ballistas, then it's stupidly effective, but for now we'll watch it wobble along the path and we'll wait for them. Yeah, there we are, they're wasting their javelins on the tower now. That's perfect, and we'll just keep wobbling our way towards them and hopefully start picking them off. Down to 76, that's not too shabby. And with our slightly strange tactics complete, then we've done not very much, but it was fun, damn it, and most importantly, it's not long until we manage to get the walls completely falling down, and they don't seem to be reacting, which is good news indeed. So get yourselves off of that. They were already a very injured unit, by the way, no need to fear about that. And okay, combatantes down to 75 right now, but as the wall does completely collapse in a moment, they are going to be much more dead than that. So our chariots are going to be ready to pile on in. Now we saw on previous occasions that the chariots have struggled a little bit, but against infantry they should be pretty good. So once they get down on the ground, we'll do that. There they go. Excellent stuff. They won't be happy about any of that nonsense. They're probably going to start clambering down at this point. So let's get these 2 infantry units running into this direction. Lovely. That's a hole in the wall. That's another hole in the wall. Get them flooding on in. Get some chariots. Actually, this is the problem though. Actually, we need to get some of these troops. There we go. The wall's officially clear now. We need to get some of the troops in and up into various positions, if at all possible. So, yeah, these ladies, they can just actually get themselves back out and run through. That would be marvellous. Start running your way through the gap. If we need to clear the way with the chariots, we'll do that, but it could cause us a lot of casualties before we actually take over these towers, because that's the unfortunate side of this particular approach. Women doing screeching, javelins coming in, and yeah, the chariots are going to start piling some in as well. The chariots are just going to pile over all of our units, but it's fine. We'll just send everyone in and hopefully cause a bit of chaos. They're shaking because they're fighting chariots. They will chop them to shreds, but they'll very quickly give up with any luck. They're steady. I hope that it's going to last very long. Shaken. Come on, turn that around. Right, chariots, just keep on moving through them at this point. That'll be marvellous. Yeah, one of them is indeed routing. We just need the infantry to do a little bit more, but they're mostly being chopped up by my own units, which is kind of amusing, but it's exactly what was expected to happen. These guys are now going to get off the wall while these ladies take over control of that tower. That means we need to get all of our foot archers into the city. They are now broken. That is perfect. So at this point, yeah, with the walls taken, we're going to get the screeching women up to this tower to get that under our control. Veterinary, you guys need to just line yourselves up here, ready for them. And the chariots, where even are these chariots that are apparently here? Ah, they're getting shot by the next tower. That's fine. They got themselves out there, which is what I told them to do. But yeah, we want them to maybe just get back over here and back everyone up. We can now start to get control of these walls, damn it. Now, these archers are going to shoot down them, which is perfect because this tower is under our control. So that's great. This has worked out. It's a little bit, might look a little bit messy with the chariots and the veterinary all getting there at the same time. Indeed, I had hoped they'd be a little bit more organised than that, but it's fine. The veterinary are going to take a little bit of damage from all of that. These archers have taken that tower. They can actually run and get the next one, actually, because they'll be too busy. What are they doing? Just throw your... Oh, for Pete's sake. There are some numpties, but anyway, job looks largely dumb. Get the archers continue moving on these towers, actually. Let's just go and grab the next few towers. So get yourselves up there. That'd be absolutely marvellous. These screeching women haven't actually done that job yet, which is why we're still dying. But sometimes they do like to bug out when they're climbing. It doesn't help that the chariots are slightly in the way. But there we are. They've managed to figure it out at long God last. Right, with that done then, grab these towers, and after the towers are taken, we should be in a very, very good position here. Veterinary, you need to go deal with them. These archers just need to hold steady while these girls go and grab the tower. Thank you, ladies. That would be very much appreciated. At this point, to be honest, let's just go and send all of those cavalry through that little entranceway, because we're about to have all of this under our control, which means that no one should be getting hurt anymore by the towers. That's nice. So those Indian archer women have given up, as you might would have expected. Bit unfortunate. These guys were supposed to pin them, but they managed to fail to throw the javelins from a safe distance, and then they managed to, you know, fail to do anything else after that. So there we are. Utterly useless. Let the cavalry chase them down because you're pointless. You can get yourself up on the wall, actually. Start taking a few more of them. So yeah, let them finish this off. Maybe send the chariots to go and do that as well. They can plough through all of my formations and make sure everything looks completely ludicrous. We're into the classic trap situation now then. We're going to pull forward some of our horse archers. We are, well, we're in this fun little plaza here, which is obviously completely empty when it's Christian. But it's looking rather beautiful as a little temple to Mithras. Well, they will obviously demolish all these houses to build bigger temples in the future. And by they, I mean me, because I'm the one who's going to be building the next temple, damn it. So they're going to start running in this direction to come and chase us down, you'd imagine. That'd be marvellous. I do have a few cavalry back here for the trap, and by that I mean they're not in position yet. Okay. Actually, that did just bring the next guys into range, the general, which seems to just about continue the trap. Yeah, they seem teased. That's fine. Right, general is coming in. Let's get these two cavalry to start running in then. That would be excellent. You guys get yourself over here. Screeching women are doing some screeching. Thank you, Paula. Yeah, a few Paula's been absolutely ploughed over there. That is exactly what you'd expect. And we're now just going to get everyone to pile on in. We'll get the general over in this direction as well. And we will start to close the trap if those cavalry ever actually make it. So let's not worry if they don't, but yeah, no, they're there one day to hopefully do it. Let's see if we can get the general around. Big pile of cavalry all over him. Yeah, there we are. There's a general. He's trying to just get himself through there. He's now on the far side, which is good. We should now have him trapped. Here comes the proper cavalry trap. That's fine. They're now, anytime you actually want to complete this, that'd be... You're right there. Get in. Oh, yeah, I actually never told them to attack him, did I? Oh, well, that's fine. Get the general in there. That'll be absolutely grand. Blow the horn of destiny. This general's much tougher than us, by the way. He's definitely not dying quick enough for my liking. Right, let's get the general out of there. Yeah, he's now breaking. As soon as you tell people to move, that's when it normally happens. They're getting absolutely slaughtered now. Oh, the ladies are having a great bit of fun. Well, there are a few chaps in here helping us out, but you know, they need their little concubines as well. Would you still call it a male concubine? Yeah, you would, I guess. That's absolutely fine. Enemy general dead. We've now got the Pombatari to bring into a similar kind of trap. It looks like they're coming in. I must say we're not all that organised right now. We're the infantry is pretty minimal, it should be said. We've got some archers at the back. They got pretty shredded by the whole wall situation on the way. But what a great selection of different units here. This is absolutely glorious. And I don't think these units are going to last all that long. Let's get all the cavalry to pile on in soon enough. We'll just grab those two and tell them to close the trap. Everyone else will be fine. Vetinari, you're going to throw on in. Lovely stuff. And yeah, oh, they're running away. They're running away because the plaza's now been taken, which is accidental. Oh, no. Hopefully this cavalry's going to arrive in time to plough them. It's very much the plan. Oh, there we are. Yeah, they're arriving. That's the general. Oh, and that closed off the escape to the plaza. That's just what we want to see. And with that, victory and glory is ours once more. The Roxolani women, the Amazonians, are taking over the world. A little bit of a messy affair getting into the city, but with our lack of infantry, that's always going to be a problem. Nonetheless, I'm pretty happy with that. We lost one unit of archers, unfortunately, but other than that, it was pretty darn good. Excellent stuff, and with that we should probably just exterminate because they look pretty darn miserable right now. That gives my spy Resmin a chance to keep on moving. Now we have a couple of forces here. I need to go and take out that camel force, which has been wandering around for a while. Oh, they have a lot coming my way. That is interesting, right? They are ready to counterattack. So we're going to have to go take out these in the field then. I'm just going to send all my cavalry, I think. We'll leave behind the archers. We don't need to worry about them. So, okay. We'll get this repaired first and foremost because we did smash down its walls a little bit. Chariots. Always nice to have some extra chariots. If there are more infantry armies coming in, the more chariots is going to be good. So let's go and wipe out this force here in the field. I love how neutral the battle looks here. Right, so the Dromedarii. Scare horses can form a wedge. Pretty decent defence. They look pretty darn cool, actually. I like these guys. Low on the attack, but yeah, heavy charge still. They could do some damage. Barbarian shouldn't be... it shouldn't be knocked either. They are pretty solid, but I think the chariots should be melting them, and the horse archers, they just don't have any range, so we'll shoot them down. It's actually quite a frustratingly awkward battlefield for me. They've got themselves a hill for no particular reason. They have themselves all these rocks, which are going to cause problems for the chariots, although the chariots are most effective really just in terms of their morale. So I'm just going to do the classic turn them around their hill maneuver. They'll probably still be on it and the rocks will still be in the way, but at the very least I can try and make this a little bit better for me. It looks ridiculous, but apparently the Pombatari can actually hit us from back there, which is kind of obscene. I have no idea how their range is working that far, but apparently it is, which is concerning. So I'm going to get this a little bit narrower, get my chariots back together. The chariots really are just not having a lovely time of it, are they? Okay, we're going to get them over here. They appear to be... Are they just retreating again? I think they are just retreating again. So we're going to get all of our horse archers to start galloping down the non-shield side. Oh, I think they're just moving back, actually. Okay, that's fine. Either way, we should be in a much better position for all of this. Yeah, they're not actually retreating. That's fine. We'll get ourselves reorganised over here then, and the chariots can just pull themselves up onto that little side there. That'll be marvellous. Get other cavalry in the rear. And at this point, yeah, we should just be getting some good shooting done. Chariots ahoy, can you just get yourselves in, General? Maybe pull back from that stupid manoeuvre that you're considering there. Start horse archers shooting down the camels. They're what you need to be dealing with. General can shoot at them as well. Chariots are just going to struggle against the rocks, but we'll just see if they can cause some problems, because there's not a lot of chariots left, so they are steady right now. Get these cavalry to charge on in. You just run through them, please, Miss Chariots. That'll be absolutely marvellous. Get the cavalry to kind of follow it up. They're shaken. Again, this is really not ideal for cavalry, but sometimes just the sheer numbers will do the job indeed. That is what's happening to their infantry. Lovely stuff. All the missiles should be shooting those camels down. And are we getting the break on them? Come on, Chariots. You need to do your heavy lifting here. Get into them. Yeah, I think just the sheer numbers is going to do it for us here, which is what you want to see. Get on top of them. I think they're starting to try and run. Sheer numbers of horse archers will definitely do it. There we are. There, the Equite Auxilia. That'll be absolutely magnificent. Get the chariots into those camels. Yes, melt the camels. There we are. Victory and glory. We just have sheer numbers, and that will often do the job. People sometimes tell me off in the comments for just charging horse archers into infantry, but when you've got as many numbers as you do, they'll do a surprisingly good job of just winning the morale battle. Rome's all about morale after all, so just make sure you win that part of it, and all will be grand. There's a few people tend to just getting away over there, which is a bit annoying because it's right at the edge of the battle map, and that's a bit foolish. Same over here, but the rocks and a little bit of twist and turning is causing us a problem, but I'd say that's a pretty darn good job done. Yeah, we're just going to miss out on them. Maybe one Steve at the end is going to get picked off. You, sir, got very lucky indeed. It can sometimes look a little bit messy at the start when you're trying to push the morale over the line, but 43 kills to my 400. Oh, you can't really argue with that. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. And I did summon General here just to put down a watchtower, and unfortunately now he can't make it back to the army, which is a little bit irritating, but it is what it is. We'll get everything retrained that we can. A little bit of merging will be acceptable for these Virgin Cav, who actually do a very good job. I've been heartily impressed with them, actually. So, all right, we'll get the 48 there, ticked over the line. Although, to be honest, I think we can just do that, actually. So, all right, lovely. We've got some retraining to do anyway. I don't mind facing them out in the field. Not sure. By the way, I know I've been using a few mercenaries, and I haven't seen comments sort of saying, "Oh, you're using the men." I'd rather not. At the very start, it has been kind of slightly necessary, just in terms of like holding some of these territories and dealing with morale stuff. I guess I could have a go at adding in some new mercenary units. There could be a guide that we do. So maybe I'll have a little think about that, see if it's super simple, if I can be bothered, etc, etc. It would be fun, I guess, to actually have ourselves some female units from the mercs, and that way I guess we could always use those rather than anything else. But it might be more effort than it's worth. Nonetheless, it is something that I'm vaguely aware of. I don't really want to be using these male mercs if at all possible, but for the very start it has been slightly necessary. But I guess what I'll probably do is I'll at this point disband them if they're not so much needed anymore. But there we are. Okay, let's end a turn. Let's see where we're at. Interestingly, Anra was not put under siege. I guess the retraining did the job there. They seem to be more interested in the general here, so I'm going to go and plonk myself there. I think we'll grab our army and we'll go and knock out this army, because that's quite a significant one. In the city itself, what do we actually want to do? Well, we'll sort out, don't worry, we're just outside the town right now, so not too concerned about the tax rate, to be honest. We will get a couple of our Indian archers just to hold the fort, which will be excellent. Over in Ephesus, we might as well get ourselves a little bit more in terms of units. Just keep on getting out units. We need more and more and more. But we are starting to get our archery ranges out, which means we can get some more horse archers, which is very excellent. By the way, these Division Cav are doing a pretty good job. I've been impressed with them. 8 attack with a 7 charge bonus. So our defense is okay enough. But yeah, very fast moving. Seem to be able to do a good job of smashing into things. We are the richest faction, which is always excellent to see. We've rebuilt that wall, of course. Money is looking splendid. Splendid. There we are. There's some excellent English for you as ever. Salona, the Vandals don't know what they're doing, but I'm happy to see them that side of the city. I seem to have lost the Goths, by the way. I was trying to keep an eye on them, but somewhere they seem to have lost me, which is unfortunate because that's a whole massive horde. I suspect they must have just gone further into this direction. Did they see them at war with the Franks, actually? Oh, now I think about it, I think I might have seen that. I've way too many allies, actually. This is asking for trouble. No, that's the Lombardy and the Burgundiad they're at war with. Okay, where are the Goths on here? Goth. They're enemies with the Huns and the Western Empire. Well, the Huns are the ones who kicked them out. And the Western Empire, yeah, they went and attacked over here, but they seem to have pulled out of it. So that's interesting. I don't know where they are. It's slightly concerning. I wouldn't mind taking Salona if ever it's free, and Sermon again with these armies still floating around. I don't feel too good about pushing on with all of that nonsense, but things are looking pretty darn good in general. We have our spire in Jerusalem for the time being. Just keep an eye on things. What I might do actually is send him back up north. I just kind of want to get an eye on the territory, but yeah, I should send him back north. Over inside Don, they're only 90% here, so I might just get him in for a turn. 70% might just cause them a spot of bother. Gets us a bit of training as we go. Probably need eyes over here because Caesarea, we will... Yeah, I need to keep an eye on that army, so I'm actually going to stay close to that army for the time being. But this is looking good. Right, next time we need to go and take out Numerius Flavius over here. He's going to be a significant issue en route to Caesarea, which is a very large city. This is one of the better towns over in this part of the world. So yeah, Anatolia, this is kind of the most strong of all of these cities at the start of the game. So we want to make sure we take over that. That will get rid of some of their power base. But if Caesarea is, it does actually border the Sassanids, unlike the Sinop to the north. So we've got to bear that in mind. But Caesarea, excellent stuff. We can get that in time. Constantinople is giving us a new general. It is giving us more troops, so we will continue to ship those over as long as these Huns, which I'm just keeping an eye on this border here, as long as they are far enough away. This army isn't so experienced, isn't so well trained, but at the very least we're getting numbers back in. Our units are cheap. We can keep on bolstering the force. And what we might do, down in Athens and Cadonia, is maybe make an expeditionary force to go and take Egypt, because Egyptus and Cyrene here are looking a bit vulnerable, I might think. So that spy actually, maybe that spy needs to come around here and just make sure we know exactly what's going on. I have already spotted it, so I know there's only 3 units there. But we could have a very good pounce on them indeed. And continuing our sort of naval empire here, although we have a terrible navy, but yeah, just making sure we continue with the dockyards. The ports are always good for money, of course. Yeah, that could be very much the ticket. So hopefully you will join me next time. I hope you're enjoying the series. It is a rather silly one. It's very nice to use some rarely seen units, really. They're often seen as, I don't know, just kind of there for the sake of a bit of fun. But actually, some of these, like the Virgin Horse Archers, the Summation Virgin Cav, are excellent. These are foot archers are solid enough in hand-to-hand if they need to. With light units, of course, they're obviously pretty light, but not completely inept. Like, these are very much just the basic missile troops. But I've been impressed. It's been good fun so far. To make sure we got the chariots out in open fields against the infantry, of course. But overall, I am impressed with our start. We've got a very solid basis, and there's another sacking going on. Oh no, that's Salona, Thomas. It's just one region on this, not Rome Total War. But yes, got to keep an eye on those hordes. They could still be problematic yet. But for now, things are looking very, very good indeed. So for now, I'll leave you on to the next team. And this has been Summation, Roxolani. Sorry, I know the units are called Summations, aren't they? Yes, our Roxolani female-only campaign. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
shoot the flames of death into their eyes.
Oh no, we're gonna die!
Coward, 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 coward.
Stop, sir! You're supposed to die!
Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away! Our ballistas can actually shoot our own gates. Okay, let's get on with this battle. Run away.